Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video we have a new Natasha Denona palette to review, the Retro Glam palettes. I would love to say we weren't expecting this one, but truth is this leaked over a month ago, so I've been seeing pictures of it for a while, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit disappointing for me when that happens because I rather see the picture that the brand wants to release to present the palette first, because otherwise, I don't know, I feel like you might not get the best first impressions of the palette. This is a beautiful palette that combines, as the box suggests, some peachy shades with some minty shades, and I haven't even opened it yet and I already have a lot of thoughts on it. So if you're excited for today's video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave, and let's just go ahead and get started. First things first, here is what the box of the palette looks like. It's got this metallic color in the middle of the design and then a pastel cream peachy shade and mint at the bottom. It is called the Retro Glam palette. So Natasha Denona already has the Glam palette, the Glam Face and Eyes palette, the Baby Glam palette. There might be a mini Glam palette as well. I can't quite recall right now. And then we also have a retro palette and a mini retro palette. So a bit confusing because a lot of them have similar names, but this is the Retro Glam palette. Anyways, let's go ahead and open the box to see what is inside. And I have to admit, this packaging right here looks so much better in person than it does on camera. In person, it feels a little bit more luxurious than it looks on camera. I'm trying to show you how it shines with the lights, because I feel like that's kind of what makes it special. It's got this like clear acrylic over the top, and once again creamy peachy and mint shades with the same design that the palette has on the outside. The actual plastic of the palette also has some cream and some mint in it, but it is mostly mint because the back of the palette is all mint. And if you see these little holes right here, all of the Natasha Denona midi size palettes have those little holes because the shades are removable. Here's what the inside of this beautiful palette looks like right here. I like that it's got some neutral shades. It's got some like regular good old browns. This flutter shade right here is calling my name immediately. The color Evergreen up here looks delicious, and then it has some minty and peachy shades thrown in there as well. The retail price of this palette is $68, just like the rest of the Natasha Denona midi palettes. This palette is made in Italy. We know we love our Italian formulated eyeshadows, and it's got a shelf life of 24 months. Let's go ahead and move on to the swatches because I'm very interested in seeing how these swatch. First things first, we have the color Flare, which is a shimmering metallic. Then we have Jazzy, which is a shimmer shade. We have Oscar, which is also a shimmer shade. And Evergreen, which is a creamy matte. I am dying to use this color. Super creamy for sure. Last color in the first row is Marlene, which is this absolutely stunning minty shimmer shade. Second row, we have the color Maxi, which is also a shimmer shade. We have Sage, which is a creamy matte, and Holly, which is also a creamy matte. Really stunning peachy shade over here. Last two colors of the middle row are French and Faye, I think it's how you say that. And these are also creamy matte. So 4 out of the 5 shades on the second row are creamy matte, and I'm dying to play with all of them because they look amazing. First color of row number 3 I'm super excited about because it's a chromo crystal shade and it's got the best shine. Then we have the color Lucy, which is a creamy matte, really nice taupey shade, great for transition colors. And the color Palladium down here, which is a shimmering metallic. It looks wonderful. Lastly, we have Belle, which is a creamy matte, and OZ, which is a really beautiful shimmer shade. So take a look right here at the entire palette swatched. Now that I swatched all of the shades and that I'm seeing what they look like swatched, I'm a little bit more excited about this palette than I originally was, and I'm very excited to play with these colors. I think the main reason I've not been overly excited about this one is because it doesn't scream holiday palette to me. If this palette would have launched in February or March, right before the spring season begins, I feel like it would have been an absolute smash hit, at least in my mind, because I feel like I would then be ready to start playing with some pastel shades and some lighter colors, etc. But right now I'm like in Christmas mode, and this definitely doesn't scream Christmas to me. Does that mean it's a bad palette? Absolutely not. Now that I swatched all of the shades, I can see how stunning they are, and like I said, I'm a bit more excited about it. But I guess wasn't in the mood for these types of shades during the middle of fall, right before Christmas, you know? Anyways, let's just go ahead and start playing with these. I'm going to do 2 looks, one on each eye, so I can try as many shades as possible. I have to start the first look with the color Lucy down here. This is a Refer number 15 brush, and I'm going to use it on this eye as my transition shade. With the Refer number 1, I want to start darkening things up a bit, so I'm going to grab the color Sage, which I'm also dying to use. And I'm going to tap Sage right here on the outer V of the eye. Wow, that looks really, really stunning. So with the Refer number 1, I'm just tapping it on the outer third of my eyelid and then into the crease ever so slightly. And then with the tip of my brush, I'm going to start blending it upwards a bit more and inwards through the crease ever so slightly. Okay, that blend was spectacular. I love. So with my same Refer number 1, I'm going to grab a Creamy Matte Evergreen up here. This is not a creamy matte, this is an actual cream shade. Is it called Cream to Powder? Yes, a Cream to Powder shade in Evergreen, which is a bit darker. And I'm going to build it right here on the outer corner of my eyelid using the same brush. And this is giving me the little bit of intensity that I was missing. Totally loving the way that looks. With my Refer number 21, I'm going to grab the color Palladian down here. And I want to put it right in the center of my eyelid. Just tapping it in place with my flat brush and slightly over the more matte shades I had already deposited there. I really do love the variety of colors this palette has, and I think we might definitely have to do a 5 looks 1 palette on this one. With my Refer number 28, I'm going to grab the color Flutter, which is the shiniest shade in this palette. This is a slightly smaller flat brush, and I feel like it just fits so perfect for inner corner / inner third of the eye work. And so I'm just going to do the inner third of my eyelid with it and blend into the colors I already have in place. Take a look right there at the top of my eye look. I'm obsessed with how good that looks. With the Refer number 3 and the color Evergreen, I'm going to start working on my under eye, just right here underneath my lower lash line, all the way to the tear duct area, why not? And then with the Refer number 13 and the color Lucy, which was our transition shade, I'm going to smoke that out. I have the perfect sagey green color for my waterline. It's from Glossier, their number 1 eye pencil in the color Patina. So I'm just going to put it in my waterline. And of course, absolutely everything I'm using in today's video, everything that's on my face, the palette, the eyeliners, everything is going to be listed and linked down below in the description box of this video. So if you're interested in shopping anything that I'm talking about in today's video, the palette, the eyeliners, my blush, whatever, everything is down in the description box. So yeah, this is the eyeliner color. Like I said, perfection for this eye look. And all I have left to do is apply some mascara and lashes, which I'll do after I finish look number 2 over here. I did only neutrals and greens for the first look. This is just kind of what I was inspired to do. So I definitely have to use some of the warmer shades for the second look right here. And I don't know if I want to combine them or if I want to leave the combinations for my 5 looks 1 palette video. Decisions. You know what? I'm not done with the first look. Here's the color Oz. I just want to add it right back here between the matte and the shimmer shades. Yeah, I like it. Right there, right in the middle. I have no words for what just happened. Let me just go ahead and show you. I need a minute. I have to share the happy news that no eyeshadows were lost in the making of this video. I was scared for a second there. Let's just go ahead and begin with look number 2 before I destroy these palettes. As my transition shade, I'm going to use the color Holly right here with my Refer number 27 brush. And I'm just going to blend this shade all over the crease of my eye here. Just back and forth right here. This peachy shade looks beautiful. I love it. With the Refer number 1, I'm going to intensify things a bit with the shade Belle, which is another creamy matte shade. And I'm just going to tap it right here on the outer corner of my eyelid and blend it into my transition color. Just back and forth with my Refer number 1 brush. With the Refer number 2, I'm going to grab the color Flare here, which is this shimmering metallic color. And I'm going to put it sort of on top of the matte shade, close to the outer corner of my eyelid, and blend any edges of that metallic shade into my matte shades. I'm going to grab the color Marlin with a Refer number 2 brush, and I am going to combine the mints with the peaches in this one. So I'm going to put that shade right in the center of my eyelid here with a Refer number 2 brush. You know what? I think I'm going to take it all the way in. So from the inner corner, I'm going to define my crease with it. And then in the middle, I'm going to use the color Maxi. Just with my finger, tapping it over the green shimmer shade so that they blend into each other nicely. Back with the brush, blending it further. And then with the Refer number 14, I'm going back to Flare. And I'm going to tap it right here on the outer corner over the taupey shade as well so that it blends nicely into it. For the inner corner, I'm grabbing the color Flutter and packing it right over here. And then with the Refer number 13, I'm going back to the color Belle and blending it right underneath my eye. And the color Holly on the same brush to diffuse things further down here. And so this right here is look number 2. I went ahead and combined the mint with the peachy shades. Right in the center, I used the taupe so that the colors wouldn't clash with each other, kind of as a transition. And for my waterline, I can't find the perfect eyeliner color, but I can find a really nice lip liner color that I think is going to look great down there. So this right here is the Natasha Denona lip liner in the shade Daphne, which I think is going to go great in my waterline. Hello, yes, I love it. It is the perfect shade right there. Let me go ahead and put on some mascara and lashes, and I'll be back to give you my final thoughts on this Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. I'll tell you whether or not I think it's worth it, and I do also definitely want to do some comparisons. And I'm back with my mascara and lashes on. These right here are final looks number 1 and number 2 over on this side. I really love the way both of these looks came out, and I can tell you right away that there is no dot in this Retro Glam palette from Natasha Denona. Every shade performed to absolute perfection. I can't wait to continue to play with this one, to continue to create looks. It was much better than I anticipated, much better than I expected. For some reason, I wasn't excited about it. And now that I've tried it, I am much more excited about it. Would it have been an amazing spring palette? I think so. I think it would have been fantastic for the springtime rather than the end of the year time. But that is obviously not up to me to decide. Natasha Denona decided this was going to be her holiday palette, and here we have it. Anyways, there are a few palettes that I wanted to compare this one to because they are similar in name or in shades. Starting with the Glam palette from Natasha Denona. So here are the Retro Glam palette and the Glam palette combined next to one another. As you can see, there aren't a lot of similarities. We might have this shade be kind of similar, and then the taupey shades right here maybe, but none of the other shades in this palette are going to be like one another. This is definitely a much more colorful pastel version of Glam right up here. And then I want to compare it to the one palette I immediately thought of when I saw pictures of this one, because this one has peaches and mint shades, and she had already done a similar color story to that. So right under the Retro Glam palette, I have the Zendo palette, which had a similar color story in a sense that it had warm shades and minty shades both in one palette. Obviously, now that I'm seeing them next to one another, there are many differences. This one is a lot more pastel, a lot more wearable, a lot more everyday, whereas the Zendo palette down here has a much more intense color story. I remember when I first reviewed this Zendo palette and I did 5 looks 1 palette with it, I was one of the few people who actually really loved it. I did actually really enjoy creating combinations of both of the color stories in this palette down here, and so I do think that I'm going to enjoy to continue to combine all of the color stories that are in this Retro Glam palette. And I have to admit right away, I like the Retro Glam better than the Zendo because it is a little bit more wearable, a little bit more glamorous, a little bit less intense, which makes me want to reach for it a lot more than I reach for my Zendo one. However, this shade down here is a duochrome peachy minty shade, and I definitely wish that the new Retro Glam palette had a shade like that one that could go both ways as far as the color story is concerned. But yeah, this right here is the comparison between these two. I also wanted to put it next to the Natasha Denona pastel palette so that you can see these pastel shades versus these pastel shades. I think that there's definitely differences between these two. The mint shades from the pastel palette are a bit more vibrant, whereas the mint shades from the Retro Glam palette are a bit more muted shades, so a little bit more on the wearable side. And then just because both of these palettes have the name Glam in them, here's the difference between the Glam Face and Eyes and the Retro Glam palette. As you can see, pretty different color stories as well. And I do wish that Natasha Denona did more of these very, very sparkly shades in her regular palettes because I'm obsessed with the Glam Face and Eyes. I know I totally sound like a broken record about it. Whenever I talk about Natasha Denona shadows, I just want more shimmer and more sparkle because that is just the types of formulas that I'm into, and she has the greatest, the most amazing mattes in her palettes already, so I feel like combining those two types of formula would be a recipe for just amazingness. Anyways, I was going to maybe do some swatch comparisons, but I don't think it's necessary. All of the palettes I just compared this palette to were very, very different from this color story, which to me was a bit surprising because this doesn't look all that innovative, but somehow it is very different from everything else in her collection that I just kind of thought of comparing it to. I'm not going to compare this one to the Retro palette because the Retro palette is a cool tone pink palette that has nothing to do with this color story. Anyways, let me give you my final thoughts on this one. I obviously absolutely love Natasha Denona's formula, and you get exactly that in this palette. You get the most amazing mattes with some spectacular shimmers and metallics. Do I wish she included even more glimmery, shiny shades in her palettes? Yes, I do, but that doesn't take away from the fact that these formulas and these shimmers are amazing as well. I do really like this color story. However, I have to continue to repeat the same thing I've said throughout the video. I feel like this would have been a perfect palette to launch at the beginning of the year next year rather than right now, because I just don't see me wearing these for the holiday season. Like, this is not the type of look that I picture myself in throughout the holidays. Maybe something a bit more sparkly would have been amazing. However, if you're someone who likes muted colors and you want to go a little bit colorful for the holidays, this might be something that you prefer rather than the more vibrant mattes with the more glittery shades on the eyelids. This might be holiday looks for someone who is a bit more reserved than I am when it comes to eyeshadow looks. Is the palette absolutely stunning? Yes, it is. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do, but I definitely would have preferred to have this in the springtime because I'm just not in the mood for these types of colors right now. I feel like come the spring, I'm going to use the crap out of this palette, you know? Anyways, a lovely palette. I do really like it, and I do plan on doing a 5 looks 1 palette with this one. I feel like I have to, right? Let me know if you want to see that down in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Are you in the mood for this color story right now? Or do you agree that it would be a perfect spring palette? I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say, so sound off down in the comment section. If you're interested in anything on my face, all of it is listed and linked down below. I am wearing one of my favorite lashes, by the way, from Velour. The lashes are in the style Serendipity, and I think I had a 40% off with velour recently with the code Patty20. I'm not sure if it expired already, but you can try it on the website if you're interested in the lashes and see if you get the 40% off rather than the 20. But like I said, I'm not sure about how long that was lasting. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching today's video, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye bye.